Okay, so the certificate, see, certificate will be provided to you definitely if you have attended today's session and yesterday's session. If you have attended it, why not? Certificate will be provided. Okay, provided both the sessions are done. Regarding the recording, yes, the recording of the sessions, both the sessions will be given to you. This session is getting recorded, everybody, and it will be provided to you. Okay, recording will be given to you. Now, in terms of the slides and the contents which we are following, the data pack, data set that we are following, yes, that will also be given. Okay, that data set. And in case you want the data set, I will share it with you one more time. Okay, the question is regarding the assignment. Do you want to do it in the in that Word document only? See, what you can do is that Power BI exercise which has been given to you, right? You can take a printout of it if it is possible. Take a printout of it, put the tick on that, and you can submit. That is first option. Second option is if you do not have a printer, you don't want to worry about taking a printout of it, it is fine. You can download the PDF file, isn't it? And then what you can do is you can, using any paint tool or anything, you can circle, right? So download that PDF file. You can use some MS Paint or some kind of a tool where you can circle it, right? Once you have circled it, you have made the change, or put a small tick, and then you can share it. Okay. So guys, if you need the Power BI assignment, the team has already shared. I will still share it with you. Don't worry. Okay. The data set, if the team has not shared, no, don't worry. I will share it with you. And at the end, if you need the slides also, those slide pack also, I will put it in the chat. But team will provide it to you. Okay. Anyways, they will give it to you. Is that clear, everybody? Okay. Any other questions that you have? In terms of the setup, see, yesterday we have gone through the setup, right? And I hope everybody has finished the setup also. If you have not done the setup, don't worry. You can do that later, but today's session, we will still start. Already I've guided you on how the setup has to be done. Isn't it, everybody? The guidance on the setup has already been given to you. So let's start, and I welcome you all once again with full heart to Skillslash second day workshop on Power BI, right? And thank you so much for taking out time for joining this session. When can you get the certificate? So see, once you have done the assignment, you have submitted it, the team will share the certificate with you over the email. I repeat, once you have done the assignment, you have submitted it on to the portal or wherever they have asked you to submit, you will get the certificate. I have joined today because I have seen mail today only. There is showing 29th, 30th of June session. So can I get the same on tomorrow? So the session was yesterday and today, right? It wasn't scheduled for, where did you see 29th and 30th on the session? Where did you see that? The session was planned for today and tomorrow. You can still request the team. Just send an email, right? Send the email to the team. But just to let all of you know who have this problem, who are raising this query, this session was started yesterday. Okay, everybody, the session was started yesterday. This is the second day. Okay, but please do not worry. See, worries will not help. I always say, do not worry. The reason is we have sessions every single month. Power BI, Tableau, Python, we have workshop every single month. So if you're tuned with us, you just stay tuned with us. You will get another very soon next month. Okay, so please don't worry about that. And about the 29th, 30th, which you're saying, I will definitely speak to the team. Let me see what's gone wrong there. I'll try to find out the gap. Okay, Gopi has very kindly put a link of the YouTube, which has, I think, Gopi, what are you sharing? Is it the link of the recording? Okay, let me share my screen, what you have shared. Can you, I hope you can see my screen. Yes, so this is the recording for yesterday. Perfect. Thank you so much, Gopi, for sharing this. And let me just close this now. So all of you, the recording is here. I can put it couple of times and you can have it. Okay. If we are going to work on the same Tableau, please share it again with email or assignment submission. Definitely, why not? So this is the yesterday's recording, guys. This is the yesterday's recording. Okay, multiple times I have put link is same only. Gopi, thank you for sharing. Okay, data set I will give you. Slides I will give you today itself. Let me give it to you before only. Okay. Now remember, if you are joining from the mobile phone, then you cannot download it, or you have joined through the web Zoom version, again you cannot download it. Okay. So there are some restrictions to this, but please, the team will give it to you. Achrela Ganesh, this is a continuation to yesterday's session only, not a fresh start, though I'll do a recap. Okay. I am not able to get the same visual that you saw. Arvinder Kaur. Okay, we'll have a look at it. Okay, about the job, ma'am, due to one reason I left first class. No problem, guys. You can join. As I told you, this have every week we have. So how do you submit the assignments? You can email it to them from the same email. Assignment link, Varun Govind has kindly put it. Varun, thank you so much. You guys are star. This is a wonderful bunch of people this evening. So this is the place, guys, which Varun is saying you can go and submit here. Okay, this is the link. Excellent. Folks, let's get started, right? Enough of talking. Let's get to work now. I hope I have answered most of your queries. So as we start with the session today, right, let's try to make the best out of this 2 hours that we have, right? And let's try to gain as much insight as we can. Though these tools are so big, so exhaustive, that you cannot finish them in 4 hours of the duration. Yesterday, around 20-25 minutes of time we spent on the career counseling only, right? And after that, we started with the workshop. So, guys, yesterday we started with a welcome to IT slide where I have motivated all of you to join the field of IT. It's a fantastic field. It's been 16, going to be 16 years for me very soon. And I love every single day I work. So the different fields of IT, now you're clear the role of developer, data analyst, you can be data scientist, you can be tester, you can be business analyst, you can be a project manager, you can be a support person, you can be a designer. These are the different things which we work on, which are the different roles we have. Isn't it? Now, all these different roles, whatever they need, even that we have covered, right? What are the different roles and what they cover is also what we have covered. Okay. Now, Gopi, thank you for that beautiful drawing. I know it's an accident, but we'll draw beautiful things on Power BI rather than drawing it on my screen. But that was beautiful. I know that's an accident. I'll clear it all. And so that there is no accident further, I have disabled the annotations. Right. Now, the welcome to IT is clear. We then understood how we can install the Power BI, isn't it, on our systems. You can install it, go for a free version, don't need to pay for it. Okay, another thing that we did was we started doing some basic graphs yesterday. So I will continue from there today. Now, Gopi, absolutely fine. I know that's fine. Now, another thing that I wanted to say was, how do you crack a job using the Power BI and what should be the knowledge? Okay, so Prasanthit Mukhopadhyay, if you have taken today's session and tomorrow's, and hopefully you are tuned with me over the next month also. So whatever knowledge I'll try to give you should be good enough for you to apply for an interview, but you should pick up some your knowledge on your own also. So these 4 hours roughly that we have, we will try our best to gain as much insight as we can. But cracking Power BI interview is not difficult. All you need to do is get a very good hands-on of this tool, and that's it. Okay, try to get a very good. And how will it happen, if you practice more, right? Okay. I have sent yesterday's assignment by sending a screenshot. Yes, Abdul, but where have you shared it? Which is the place where you shared that assignment? That can you tell me? Okay, so that link is there, no, LinkedIn link, which was shared. Varun Govind kindly shared it. You can put it there. Okay, now very carefully, please don't put anything in the chat for another 2 minutes. I am dropping this Power BI presentation for all of you. Okay, or you can submit the assignments at the skillslash.com. Okay, that's fine. Now I'll put this PPT couple of times. Some of you might be able to download, some of you might not be able to download, which is okay. Team will share this with you. Okay, don't blame your PC, don't blame your computer, don't blame your Zoom. It's okay, we'll get that ready for you. Okay, so I put it multiple times, download it. Now another thing that you will all need is today is the data set, right? So why not, let's share the data set with you. Give me a minute. Here we go. Is there anybody who's been able to see these documents which I'm putting in the chat? Please don't download all of them. They are same documents. One is PPT, sorry, one is actually a PDF file, and the other thing is the document. Is there anybody who's able to see them in the chat? Yes. Yes, that because you have downloaded the, some of you might know, and yes, I know that will happen. Depends upon how you joined the Zoom. So it is app. Okay, you can stop typing now. So guys, it's absolutely fine. As I said, if you're not able to see them in the chat, it is absolutely fine. You will still be able to learn the same thing with me in the session today. Data set is same as yesterday. Yes. Data set is definitely same as yesterday. Okay, so let us get started. Okay, Narayana, the data, this session is on Power BI. Okay. All right. Now, some of you are asking the questions which we have already answered in the chat. Scroll up to the chat, copy the chat, put it in a Word document. You will get all the answers. Okay. Fine. Let's get started. It's around 6:19 now, and let's get started. So please wake up your Power BI. Start your Power BI desktop, and what we have covered so far with Power BI is what is the main how do you install Power BI. That is what we have covered, isn't it? We've looked into how you can make the basic charts in Power BI. This is the interface we looked into, and we saw how you can create visualizations using Power BI. Now there are basic charts in Power BI. Don't worry, I'll give you some practice today. So there will be some exercises which I'll help you do today. This slide pack which I shared with you is a very big slide pack. So will be because we have very less time, right? We will be able to cover only 25 to 30% of the slide pack because this is very big. But yes, at Skillslash, we do have trainings on Power BI Tableau as part of our full data science module, which we have been running successfully for many and many years now with a good track record where lot of delegates get into job. So for those course details, you can go to our website, you can speak to our team, and they'll be happy to help you. Okay, so there's a full-fledged modules of data science and other courses which you can go and visit, and in addition to this you can stay tuned with us for these workshops. Okay, all right, somebody is saying my voice is not visible. Visible or audible? Audible. Okay, you're not able to hear me, please check your mic. Okay, you guys are able to hear me loud and clear? Am I loud? Okay, the more if I start speaking little louder, you know, my neighbors would come in and they'll start attending the session. So I don't want to go a bit louder now. I think it's loud enough. Yeah, fantastic. So basic charts in Power BI. This involves doing couple of things. How do you make a basic chart? Simplest chart. How do you want to make it? First thing, take the data set. Okay, where can you get the data set from? You will click on the get data, and then let's say, you know, you had, for example, we yesterday was using a recent source. You can click on that recent sources. It will show you all the previous data sets which you had used till now. You can open other reports, then you can see the latest updates. You can be a part of this wonderful tools blog. You can do blogging, you can join their forums. And you said many of you were asking, ma'am, will this session be more than enough? I said, because I've got very less time, I cannot say it's more than enough. So if you want to enhance your knowledge further, please remember you can go to the tutorials section and you can gain some insights from tutorials. Okay, now what we are going to do is we are going to click on the get data option. Click on this get data. Okay, Indra Dio Pandey has a question. You have raised your hands. What is the question? Please ask me. Indra, you can ask the question. Meanwhile, I'm reading the chats. Okay, there are some people laughing maybe at the joke I said. And then which data to be loaded, order, people, or return? Go for order, Binod Gupta. Order. Okay. Can you share presentation one more time towards the end of the session, or maybe just before we go on our coffee break or our short tea break? I'll put it 5-6 times again. Okay. How will we get to know about the next workshop? If you have joined our platforms, the LinkedIn and all those platforms, you will get notifications. Plus, if you have given your email addresses, what team does is they'll send you the registration emails for the workshops. So I take up the workshops for Python, for Power BI, Tableau, and quite other workshops we do to give you a flavor of how our teaching is at Skillslash, right? And then with open arms and open hearts, we welcome you to join our modules as well. Okay. Now, guys, one thing, for a couple of minutes, at least 45-50 minutes, let us not please ask any question other than Power BI. Okay. Don't ask about certificate, it will be given. Don't ask about recording, it will be given. Please don't ask about the assignment, it will be given. Data set, I'll give you. Power presentation, I'll put it again. Only ask questions about Power BI. This is good for you, right? We'll not distract ourselves from the topic. Okay. Okay, now Sunit has started a good chain. He's asking good questions on how do you know what to put in x-axis and y-axis. I will explain. Okay, Indra, what is the question? Can you come again? I'm just able to see your question mark. Quickly, can you please write it in the chat, Indra? So much so I want to hear from all of you. I want to listen to you speaking like I always do in my day-to-day batch. The problem is we are 100 plus people, right? And if I unmute all of you, it will become a fish market, right? Indra Dio Pandey, can I speak in Hindi? I can speak in Hindi and English and Punjabi and lot of other languages, but people will not understand. Many of you will not understand if I start speaking in Hindi. And like any other professional course that we do, we'll always keep our language in English. We always keep it in English. Okay, Indra, is that clear? So these are the different data sets which are available. Soham, you're not getting an option of X and Y. Don't worry, Soham, I'll help you. Okay, I'll help you out. It's just because you're not clicking on some options, that is why. Okay, Indra, I'll try to speak little slowly so that you can catch up. Okay, fantastic. Let's get started now. Excel workbook, text document, which is a notepad, a comma separated file, a XML file, a JSON file, a PDF, a database, DB2 database. What else? The IBM DB2 database. These are some of the places from where your data set can be downloaded. Now, please don't think you can get an expertise over it in one day. Many of these terms, even I don't know. I've been using Power BI day in, day out at my work, but I don't know, things like Romler, Beta, and a lot of things are there. But all you need to remember is that there are different places from which you can get your data set. So as of now, for our training, we are not going to go to any SQL or any other place. We'll go to Excel workbook and we'll click on connect. As I click on, Excel workbook and connect. It is asking me silly questions. I don't want to answer them now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to Tableau dataset and I'm going to click on open. As I click on open, that's it. Connection is made. If you all have been able to do this step, write done in the chat. I am waiting for all of you. Okay, so many of you have now answered that you've been able to get it. Where do you get this data, this file? I have already shared it with you guys. Click on these orders and click on load. Okay, please do that. And let's say if you're not even having this data set, you can just listen to the instructions. I will put one more time this data set. Okay, give me a second. This data set was shared yesterday. I'm going to share it one more time. And I think that is the last time. I'll share it now so that we can carry on. Okay, guys, now please stop typing anything in the chat. I'm putting this data set multiple times in the chat so that you can download it. Yes, got it now? Okay, even if you have not got it, it is okay. Aisha, have you joined from your mobile phone? Is it the mobile phone you have joined? Or have you used the web version? Anything like that has happened, maybe that is fine, right? But that is okay. If you're not able to do this, it's fine. Just you can still continue. Okay, so now click on this load option. Other option, what you can do is, another option, what you can all do is, you can please download it from anywhere. Go to Google and say sample Tableau dataset. You will get it. Just search on internet. Okay, is that making sense to everybody? Okay, so you will download this orders data set now. And once this orders data set is downloaded, you will see that this field section is empty as of now. See my cursor, everybody? Field section is empty as of now because it is still downloading the stuff for you. It has not downloaded the stuff, right? So now once the orders have successfully got downloaded, you will click on it. Okay, please don't try to think we'll become experts in another 10 minutes. No, that is unnecessary stressing yourself. Yeah, so for example, in our Skillslash module, we cover this Tableau in weeks and weeks of time, right? So obviously we'll go slow, we go in detail way, right? But obviously this is a workshop, we are trying to cover as much as we can. Now, some of you said that the x-axis and the y-axis was not visible. Please do not worry, I'll show you what is the next step. If you are able to see these fields, can you still write done in the chat, please? Or just say yes in the chat. Manthan, Satish, Abhishek, Akshat, Prashad, Vinod, and hundreds of people. Fantastic. Thank you. So you can stop typing now. Many of you are able to see this. So what is your next step now? Click on this new visual. This is the button. Now some of you had a problem. Yaar X and Y nahi dikh raha. You were not able to see X and Y, isn't it? So click on this visual and then you can see the X-axis and the Y-axis. From here on the X-axis and Y-axis, you can select whatever you want to. Are you all able to see the X-axis and the Y-axis? Yes, 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 yes. Fantastic. Now, the next question was, how do I know? How can I find out on Earth? What shall I put in the X-axis? What I put in the Y-axis? Very good question. But the answer to this is very easy. The answer is, whatever you want to plot and visualize, you will put that, right? For example, you are trying to see the height and the weight of a child, how it increases, right? So you can have on the x-axis height, and on the maybe on the y-axis you can have height, on the x-axis you can have the age, right? Or you could have the on the x-axis you can have the age, and on the y-axis you can have the height. So that way you have to visualize, or you wanted to see how much profit the company has made in the last year. So on the x-axis, you will put the year. On the y-axis, you will put the profit. How much sales have were done. Right. So these are the different things which will help you to know how you can do the x-axis and the y-axis. Now guys, I'll plot a graph and show you. Then I will wait for you all to finish this right before I go to the next slide. Now in the x-axis, I wanted to see how much sales has happened per product. There will be a lot of different products, right? So I wanted to see for the particular product how much sales have happened, and I dragged it from the product name and I put it in the x-axis. I dragged from the sales and I put it in the y-axis, and Ola, you got the graph. You want to see it in a bigger mode, click on the focus mode. So when you click on this focus mode, you will see that per product, Canon, Fallows, Cisco Telepresence, Horn 5400 series, product names are on the x-axis. On the y-axis, you've got the sales, and this is how you can plot it. Okay, is that clear, everybody? Devan, you are feeling this is a recorded video. What is a recorded video? No, guys, it's not recorded. I'm alive. I'm speaking live. It's not recorded. Okay, where can you get the recordings of the sessions? It will be uploaded on the YouTube link. Okay. Any question on Power BI? I will take questions only on Power BI for a couple of minutes so that I'm not distracted. Is there a possibility to apply the various charts in the same data? Yes, Anand, we can. How can we do that? Very good question. So Anand said, the data is same, everything is same. Is there a possibility in which I can generate different graphs? Can I make a pie chart? Yes, click on that pie chart. Can I make a funnel chart? Click on the funnel chart. Oh my God, that wasn't good. Click on this one. Click on this one. Now it depends upon what kind of data you are plotting, right? If your data is so shabby, see, this graph is not gonna come very proper. So you need to decide first which chart will be best. Which chart will be best? Okay. Kushagra feels it is similar to Tableau. Very good catch. It is definitely similar. Okay. Okay. Okay, now will Power BI handle live data? Power BI can handle live data. Which one is better, Tableau or Power BI? Guys, remember we did a brief comparison slide yesterday. Devin, in the yesterday session, we have covered the comparison. Okay, please have a look at that YouTube tutorial. You will have a look at, you will get it. Prerna, you cannot see how to open X and Y axis. So my dear, all you need to do is click on back to report. Okay. Are you clicking on this visual? If you click on this visual, only then X and Y will be visible. So see that, Prerna, if you're not able to do, can you quickly share your screen in a minute? I can help you. Soma, can we do a dashboard story by using multiple visualization? Dashboards can be created, yes. Okay, Prerna, you're not able to see X and Y. Do you want to share your screen? So which one is better, Tableau or Power BI, guys? This is depends upon what way you are asking. Do you want to? Is it because of the cost you are asking? Whether it is huge amount of data set you are asking? What is it you are asking? Okay, it depends upon that. Soham, you are also facing the same problem. X and Y is not visible. Okay, okay. So let me stop sharing. Soham or Prerna, any one of you, can you share your screen with me? So Prasant Mukhopadhyay, basic question what they ask you is, they will give you some scenarios. Okay, some scenarios. It is disabled. Oh, my bad. Okay. Can you try now? Okay, I can now see your screen. Now, why you're not able to see the X and Y? Can you give me the control? Whose screen is shared? Prerna. Okay, Soham, you also have a look at it. Okay. Dashboard, how to create Akshat, I'll tell you, dear. Now, this is the table you have created. Let me just remove this visual for now. Prerna, I'm controlling your screen. So first option is new visual. Okay. Click on this new visual, then X and Y will be visible. Okay, Prerna, I'll repeat. Soham, have a look. Click on this new visual every time. This is your first step. X and Y are here. You wanted to see the profit. ठीक है. Profit per sales. ठीक है. Put it here. And that's it. Okay. All right. Prashant, please check your internet connection. Voice is not breaking. I'm on a very good network connectivity. Okay, Prerna sorted, Soham sorted. Anything else? Anybody has a question before I go ahead? Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Now, the next thing is the slide. So, basic charts in Power BI, one by one, let us try to make some charts. For example, I'll give you a challenge now. Can you all make this tagged bar chart? You are able to see my screen, everybody, right? Let's do some exercise now. I will quickly show you how to make it also. But, and if you are able to do it before me, nothing like that. See, on the y-axis, you have sales. On the x-axis, you have subcategory. Can you all try this and see if it is working? And if it is working, write done in the chat. Okay, let's see how we can create this tagged bar chart now. So on the x-axis, you've got the subcategory. On the y-axis, you've got the sales. So all I need to do is I'm going to delete this visual, create a new visual. On the x-axis, what is there? What did you see? The subcategory. So let's take the subcategory from here. So drag the subcategory from here to the x-axis. On the y-axis, what it is saying you need to have, let's look at it. It says sales, right? So you get the sales. Now, what kind of stuff do you need to get? This is that category, right? Now, what you need to do, you need to make a stacked bar chart. Can you see these different options, everybody? Here there is a stacked column chart. Click on this stacked column chart, right? And what it is giving you, per region you want to get the central, east, south, west. These are the different regions. Per region you wanted to fetch this information. So all you can do is sales by subcategory and region. Subcategory and region. So where is the region? This is the region. Put it here. Are you all following? Are you all doing the steps with me? So what it needs is sales by subcategory and region. So you put all the sales on this axis. On the x-axis, put the subcategory, and you will see that in your Power BI tool, for the phone, for the chair, for the copiers, you will get a stacked bar chart. Okay, is that making sense, everybody? So this way you can plot as many graphs as possible, right? Using this technique, you can create as many graphs. And then when it comes to adding these tool tips, you can create multiple tool tips also. How can you do that? Now I'll show you. Let's say I wanted to create a visual for, let me put it, product ID profit. So can you see all this formatting paint button? Click on this formatting paint button, and you can see that on the x-axis you can give what type of data you want, what is the range of data you want to add, right? What kind of grid lines do you need? So you can click on this grid lines. I want the grid lines which are, let's say, solid. Color should be this one. So you can see that the changes will come up very soon. You can see the browser, right? So these are the grid lines. Let me make it bigger. Right, so these are the different grid lines. Then you can change the color. You can change the color. You can have the columns. You can have the zoom slider, whether you want on or off. So can you see now, when I turn on the zoom slider and I get this ID, right? You can see I can zoom in. See, I hope you are able to visualize. Okay, so these are some of the things which you need to remember. Now, coming to the different colors, you can plot different colors. By default, you can see this is the color. You can add this color, or you can go for this color, right? And then you can have different data labels also added. You can turn on the data labels, and you can apply that changes to different options. Even that is allowed. So this is how you can work on these different options. And I hope that's making sense, everybody. Right? Okay, the screen was stuck. Okay, no problem. I will explain it to you one more time. So I was explaining you, the first option I explained you was on the colors. For some of you, the screen wasn't visible. No problem. I'll change it. So the color was something like blue, right? So what I was saying is, if you go to this formatting option, can you all see this paintbrush option? Yes. Is it now visible? Screen is visible? Yes, visible. So what I was saying is, this color by default was this. You can go to this colors option. You can change the color of your graph. Okay, so you can see the color has changed. Now then, when this zoom slider option, it could be off or on. If the zoom slider option is on, you can slide in, slide out like this. See, you can slide like this. Okay, making sense? Now, after the zoom slider option, the next option that we have got over here is the x-axis and the range. Now you can set some ranges, from which range to which range I want to see the value. Then you can change the font. You want to have a bold font with the bigger text with an italic. You can see as I'm changing, you can see the reflections are happening on this graph, right? So what happens is, guys, with the Excel also you can do the same things. The only thing is that here the changes are going to be very, very continuous. Immediately it is going to do it. Okay. I will repeat again. I will explain it. Yes, Durga, I am reading the comments. You don't worry, but I cannot read the comment and I can show you the screen same time. Because I'll explain you one more time. So follow these steps with me one more time. Let's pick up a different graph, because if we keep learning the same graph, no, then it's not going to be very much useful. Okay. Okay, I will explain the previous chart now. Okay, are we all ready? Right. Don't try to do these things, because you know, when you are doing it, you're not able to visualize. Just observe what I'm doing for now. Click on the new visual, everyone. Have we clicked on, have you understood till here? Now, I wanted to create a product name in the x-axis. So I'll drag this. In the y-axis, I need sales. I got this graph. Okay. This is the graph I've got. Is that clear, everybody? So far, so good. No questions. Ask questions if you have till now. Any questions till now? Anything that is not clear? Go to the new visual and make this. That's the first step. New visual, put the visual, put the x-axis and y-axis. Okay, I believe everybody has done till here. Fantastic. Now the next step. Click on this format option, paint brush. Can you see everybody? Click on this paintbrush option. Now, can you see the different formatting options? And let's see one by one what we can do. So I was explaining you that there are different things we can do. Let's try with grid lines. Let's say you wanted to see the solid grid lines or you wanted to see the dashed grid line. And this is the color of the grid line. Can you see these grid lines? Now in this grid lines, you can increase the width also. Okay. What kinds of grid lines you want? Horizontal grid lines, vertical grid lines, all of these can be visible. You can have a zoom slider. You can turn on the zoom slider and on and off. You can make this zoom slider zoom in, zoom out. See? So you can have a zoom slider from here to here and you can have a zoom slider here also. Can you see the differences, everybody? So far, so good. Let me now go to the chat. Yeah, Arvinder Kaur, I'll explain that. Is this clear what I'm explaining? Yes, yes, yes. All yes. Anybody wants me to repeat? Clear. Now, next question, next thing what we'll do. Grid lines are clear. There are other things what you can do on this general option. You can see here, you see, you can add some effects. I want to give a background. A background can be added. Transparency can be increased or decreased. Title can be given. Sales by product name is given. You want to give some other title here? You can give that also. Okay. You can see sales information. What kind of a heading you want? You want a heading 6. The moment you do heading 6 over here, it will change. Right? The text color you can change. So you can make your graph as informative as possible. Scroll down. There are other things like tool tips. These tool tips, you should always ideally keep it on. What is a tool tip? When I hover my mouse, can you see this icon? This is the tooltip. So you can see that in the different tooltips, you are able to gain some different information, right? So that's what a tooltip is all about. Okay. Now the next thing, alternate text. If you want to give some alternate text, that is possible. You can give it from here, this option. You can add some properties. You can set the height and the weight. You can add the effects. You can generate some other things to the visuals. These are all possible. You can have grid lines. You can have data labels. Data labels, if I turn on, can you see all this data which has come now? 12,000, 13,000, 14,000. Okay. So this data label should be on. I hope that's making sense. No questions around this. Okay. Thank you for letting me know, guys. Now, these are the way these visuals can be generated. Then you've got this magnifying glass. You can further add some analysis to your visuals. That is another thing. So click on this analysis. You get a constant line. You can apply that settings to. You can add a line. You can add multiple lines. You can add data labels again to this line. So you can do multiple things. So anything to do with formatting will be here. Anything to make a visual will be here. And this is for advanced further analysis. Okay, I hope no questions. Right. So this is some of the things which I wanted to discuss. Now let's go to the next slide. These are the different charts in Power BI which I can create. This is one of the pie charts which is telling us how the sales have been made, across the different regions. A basic pie chart. Okay. Now I'll give you at least 5 minutes to plot this graph. If you have made this plot, give your best shot. Select the pie chart. If you have made this, please write done in the chat. We can start discussing it at 7:02 p.m. Please make this. We will start discussing this 7:02 p.m. so that it gives you sufficient time to work on this. Right. So shall we start discussing it? Okay. So we had to create this pie chart, right? We had to make this pie chart with the region sales, right? And how we can do this? Simple. Follow these instructions now. Remove this graph. Click on this new visual option. Do this step and then I'll go to the next step after this. Okay, I hope till now everybody has done this step. Now what we wanted to show was, let's see, we wanted to show the region sales. So these are the different regions that I wanted to plot and the sales which has happened on these different regions. So I'll take regions. Regions are south, west, north. Now many times because your content might be too much, right? I might have to search from here. So this region I'm going to select and I'm going to put it in the x-axis, right? And just before I do that, you can also drag and drop this option from here to the x-axis. This is another thing that you can do. Just select here and click on region. Now select that pie chart option. Okay. And now region wise, what all did you wanted to see? What are the values you wanted to fetch? You wanted to fetch the value which is sales. So from this values option, you will drag it and you will put the sales here like this. And that's all you wanted to do. Click on this and you can see region wise sales is getting plotted. Now, coming to the stuff like how do I add a tooltip? All those things can be managed. Now, let's say I wanted to put the sales in the tooltips. I will drag the sales from the right hand side and I'm going to drag and drop under this tooltip option. And that's all you had to do. And when I hover my mouse over these different regions, you can see that the tooltips for the sales gets printed. Similarly, there is an option to add multiple other tooltips as well. So let's say I wanted to add the profit in the tooltip. I will drag and drop the profit and I can see that the different profits will be shown on this particular pie chart. Okay, was that easy? Okay, and congratulations everybody, all those who were able to do it. All those who have not been able to do this, it's okay. Eventually you will be able to do it, right? Guys, we are running short of time, right? If I train you on this for weeks of time, you will get much more expertise, right? As of now, we are getting a very vanilla kind of a flavor for this particular tool, very basic flavor. Stack bar chart you want to see. So all you do is I'm just going to change this to stack bar chart. Okay, for stack bar chart, obviously you'd have to have multiple data, right? Okay, now what I'm going to do is go back to my PowerPoint presentation. So then comes the donut chart. Why is it called donut chart? Because its shape is like a donut. This is how you can create a donut chart. Click on this donut option. Leave that same data as it is, right? Whatever you had selected. Click on this donut chart. Just select the donut option from here. You can see my cursor, right? How many of you have been able to do this? Yes, guys, how many of you have been able to do this? Fantastic. Now what we are going to do, couple of other things is, for example, I wanted to create a tree map. How I can create a tree map? I can just click on this tree map option. And you can see that the west and the central and the east and the south. Right? You can also create this 100% stacked column chart. You can create graphs like area charts. You can create stacked area charts. And you can have line and stacked column charts. I want to explore you to explore these different options now. Okay, we can go ahead now. And then I'm going to show you the different other options we have got. So the next is the funnel charts. Funnel charts by subcategory sales. It can help you to get the options like, if I want to, on the left hand side, can you see phones, chairs, storage, tables, binder, machines? Can you see these options, everybody? So I wanted to see how my sales have progressed. In that particular case, I can take the subcategory sales and I can see these different values. Okay, that is called as a funnel chart. There is also an option to create the ribbon charts like this. There is an option to create the include some features and exclude some features. So let's say, you plotted a graph, but you did not want to have this, what do you call, the particular sales value you didn't want to have. So in that particular case, you can say exclude. You can say exclude. Okay. The next thing is, this is how you can export the data from the chart. So if you click on this export option, you can export this information into a chart as well. That is also possible. That is called as exporting the chart. Okay, I hope that is making sure. Let's go down. You can see how I can export the data and how I can use tabular data. So if you all can see, this is the different table options which are available. So you can create tabular options as well using the Power BI tool, that is called tables, right? So once the tables are created, you can format these tables like this. You want to give a different category, one blue, one light blue, gray. These are the different options. You can create the aggregated data. You can have the sum, average, the minimum value, the maximum value. You can have the variance. You can have the standard deviations. And this is how you can make a matrix in Power BI. So matrix is nothing but a different way of representing your data, which is in the tabular format. But in a matrix, it also shows you the sum total of the different values. The next type of chart is a line chart. Okay, just before we start line chart, any questions still here? How do you redo? Control Z, Manthan Vakil. Okay. Notes I have already shared in the beginning of the class. I have already put it, the PDF already in the chat I have put. Okay, I have shared it multiple times before starting it. Okay. Now let's go to the next one, and we are very close to our break. We will take a break after this time to relax our minds, and then once we have relaxed ourselves, we'll come back and start again. Okay. So this is how the line chart auto hierarchy graphs can be created. You can create graphs like area chart. I already showed you practically how to make an area chart, isn't it? By just going to Power BI and selecting this option for area chart. Stacked area chart. You can have line and stacked column chart. So this was that area chart that I was explaining to all of you. Okay. All right. So a 15 minutes break. Let's refreshen ourselves and we will resume. And once you come back, we will look into more slides. Okay. All right. Akshay Vaikar, thank you so much for sharing. We'll go on a break, guys. 7:30 p.m. Let's resume. And as you come back from the break, we will continue and we will go through some more concepts on Power BI. Okay. All right. See you all at 7:30. Okay, so now if there are no questions and you are all comfortable, so how is the confidence level, guys? Are you getting some confidence with Power BI? Getting some confidence? Okay, so very quickly, let's go to the next one. We are now going to create a combo chart in a Power BI. So we will see how we can create a line and a clustered chart. So what is the meaning of a combo chart? The benefit of a combo chart is that it helps you to create multiple graphs. So let's say you wanted to create the central, east, south, west, and you want to see the profit of all the regions. You can definitely do that. So in the central, in the east, in the west, in the south, let's say you wanted to see the profit in the different areas, that is definitely possible. Now what chart is this? Can you write it in the chat? Very good, everybody. This is a clustered line chart. This is a clustered line chart. Fantastic. So you can create charts like this. You can have a line and a stacked column chart, something similar to this, line and a stacked column chart. You can build the scatter charts in Power BI like this, and scatter charts are very useful when you want to show a particular variance, right? I wanted to show, or I wanted to see for a particular area, what is the population density. So for a population density, let's say Madhya Pradesh is much more denser. So if you want to see all that stuff, you can see it using this. Okay. Now the next couple of things over here is you can see a waterfall chart in Power BI. So in a waterfall chart, you can have graphs like this. Okay. Okay. Um, Now waterfall charts, tree maps, these are some of the graphs. This tree maps I showed you also in the pie chart. Now one thing I want to point out here is what we are using here is a free version. So if you are looking at a free or a trial version, the first thing that we want to do over here very quickly is remember that for a trial version you will have very less options available. But obviously, if you purchase this, you will get much more better options. Okay, everybody. You can create gauge charts in Power BI. This is an example of gauge charts. Okay, these are the gauge charts. After the gauge charts, there is one more option which is called as the cards. So you can create multiple cards. You can have a card which can help you create, tell you how many total confirmed cases are there, how many people are cured or discharged, how many deaths have happened, right? So these are the different options which you can get. Now, cards play a very important role whenever you are making the visualizations. Cards gives you a much more better idea. Okay, so I hope it is making sense. Okay, so when we can create, now you can create cards with dynamic text. Dynamic means changing text. So for example, you can see a card which has phones, copiers, binders, right? When I click on the phones option, you can see that when you click on the phones, it will show you the relevant area for the phones, right? Now, because the time is less, we cannot see each and every graph. If we start looking it, we will not be able to see the fancy stuff which Power BI can do. So as of now, I'll just show you what are different options which are available. Okay, superb. So cards in Power BI, how does it work? Now let's see. In order to make a card in Power BI, there is an option called as a card. So I'll show you that option. Where can you see this different visualizations graph, everybody? Over here, can you see this option card? You will click on this card option. And what it is telling you, 2.30 million sales. Let me drag the discount. See, now it's telling me the discount. I wanted to see the product IDs, drag. Product ID is now, if I drag here, it's telling me what is my first product ID. You can then click on this arrow and you can see multiple things. The count of the product ID, 1,862 are the total number of products which are available. Can you all see that? Okay. So that's the count of the different stuff. Now, the next thing that we are going to do is how you can create a multiple row and a multiple column chart. In order to create a multiple row and a multiple column chart, You can create accessories, copiers, phones, right? Different options. You can have filters. Another option is filter. What is the benefit of a filter? Filter helps you to, there are different types of filters. First of all, there is can be a filter on the visual, there can be filter on the pages. Okay, those filters are important. It helps you to grill down the information. Let's say there is too much of information, you want to grill down that information, you can do it through the filtering option. I hope that's making sense. Let's go to the next one. So this is how the filters can be created by category, by subcategory. You can create a line graph, bar graph. You can create multiple charts with the filters. That options is available. You can have filters on all the pages. You can drill down the Power BI. You can have different slicers created. Slicers will help you narrow down the different options. Slicers. And this is how the slicers, which are interactive filters, work. What is a slicer? Interactive filters. Okay. Slicers are meant to be interactive filters. You can have date slicers also created. You can have numeric slicers. And now coming to the advanced charts. Now, how can you create those filters and all? I'll just quickly show you once, right? How to use this card. Okay. So see what happens is, when you are watching news, for example, right? And then let's say it's an election time and you want to see which particular party has got the maximum number of votes. It becomes very, very easy for you if you do it through the through the cards mechanism, because what do the card gives you? It gives you a summarized view. The cards give you a summarized option. Okay, so that is a very big benefit of the charts. So now another thing is, when I go back to this Power BI tool, you see these different options over here. There is a filter applied, right? So what I'm going to do is I'll go back to the report, create a new visual. X-axis is the sales. And then I've got the product ID here. Okay, this is the graph. Let's make it bigger. Now here you can apply some filters. You can add the data fields here. So you can say product ID. You can say I want to search only these product IDs. See, right? These are the product IDs which I want. Then what else can you do? I want to put a filter on the sales. Sales is less than, let's say I choose a number, is less than 1500. Okay, and then scroll down, apply filter. As I click on this apply filter option, can you see all the sales which is less than 1500 are displayed? All the sales which are less than 1500 are displayed. Is that clear, everybody? No questions around this? Okay, so this is how the sales charts can be and the filters can be used. And then there are these different options. Can you see field maps is there, right? Obviously, for the data we have, we cannot generate the maps, right? But I'm going to show you now the advanced version of how it works. Okay. So first of all, if you are creating advanced charts, you should remember one thing, that for advanced charts, you should have the proper logged in version. First thing is you need to have proper logged in version. So what I'm expecting you to do over here is I'm expecting you to sign in first of all. And once you sign in with proper credentials, you will see the different visuals which are available. There is a radar chart, drill down pie chart, HTML content. These are the different contents which are available. Now there is an animated bar chart rate. You know, you will see graphs like this. I cannot show any of these graphs to you because we don't have the paid version. These are only available when you pay some X amount of pounds or dollars. Okay. Now, word cloud like this. Have you seen this somewhere? The word which is bigger, that means it has been occurring for most amount of time, much more amount of time. Okay. Right. The next is the charts like these. You can have charts like these. You can have scrollers options like these. Now, have you seen this option? South is this, east is this. Can you put it in the chat for me? Where have you seen these options, everybody? Please put it in the chat. Please put it in the chat. Okay, most of us have been able to complete this. Fantastic. So you can see in the south, in the east, in the west, what are the different areas? What is the different count? BSC, NSC, Sensex, Nifty, yes, stock market. Okay. Now, advanced charts like these can be created where per region wise you can divide different products and see. You can now create multiple insert objects in Power BI, picture, shape, text box, button, URLs, you can have navigations, you can create bookmarks, you can create drill through the reports. These are the different things which you can do. So you can add Google, you can add YouTube, LearnBay, you can add icons to this. Okay, these are the different options which we have. Now, what is a report? Now, many of you asked me, right, can we create visuals in Power BI? The answer is yes, because see, many times whenever you're making visuals, right, it helps you to create the full dashboard. That is the benefit of a visual. It helps you to create a dashboard. Now, how can the dashboard be created? Let's talk about it. In order to create a superstore profit summary, for example, right? What I can do, I can create a dashboard, something similar to this, where I can have all the states, their sales, their profit, their quantity, their discount, their profit by year, their profit by category, by segment. All these dashboards can be created in the paid version. Okay, is that making sense, everybody? So that is how dashboards are very useful. And you know, yesterday I was talking about, you know, all these things we can do in an Excel sheet. However, is it very advantageous to do this on Excel sheet? The answer is no. Why? Because see, in an Excel sheet, whenever you are working on an Excel sheet, you need to do multiple things. You need to first make it, generate it, right? Even, okay, let's take the pivot table automatic generation will happen. But see, when it comes to sending that data, you have to generate the latest data and you always have to email it, isn't it? So that is not a very good idea. You don't need to do that, right? What you need to do is you need to do it in such a way that you are able to publish your Power BI data in a simple way through a concept called as service. So using service, you can do what? You can generate a Power BI tape, stuff, and you can also send it. Okay. So you can publish the Power BI service, you can get the stuff, and then you can set, like, let's say every Monday morning, I want that the report which I have generated should be sent. Every Monday morning, I want that whatever report I've generated should be sent. So how can I do that? I can do that using this Power BI. So every Monday morning, it will be saying us this value. Is that making sense, everybody? Power BI service. Again, this is something which you can only and only do if you are able to, what is it called? You will be able to only publish this to Power BI if you have got the version, proper version. Okay, is that clear, everybody? So that is how you can publish to Power BIs, and this is the service. So you can add comments, you can ask people to subscribe, you can share the data, you can share the reports, different things you can do. And finally, coming to the dashboards, this is how the dashboards can be created in a Power BI. You can have a new dashboard created, right? Or you can create an older dashboard, right? You can make it as interactive as possible. You can pin to dashboards, and that's it. Okay, so these are the different options which we have in Power BI. So with the paid version, all these enhanced visuals which I showed you. So it's not that you cannot make. I've seen people only using the basic version and they are still doing very good. From here, I showed you different options, right? These ones. Let me just scroll up. So from here, these advanced charts you can only do in the paid version. That is what I meant. Okay. All right. So less than 10 minutes left. Let's take up queries. Do you have any questions? There are few things I want to show you on the chart. I'll do that, but put your questions in the chat, please. Right. So there are some questions which have come up. Let's quickly take them. Why do we use different charts? See, let's say you wanted to show the pie chart information. You will use the pie chart information by you wanted to show how many segments is the interview coming, right? So you can create this different graphs for different reasons, right? The first reason of creating this chart could be I wanted to, let's say, generate a chart for seeing the height and the weight, right? So in that case, bar chart can be very useful, right? Or let's say you wanted to see the population density of the place, you wanted to see the sensex, how it is going up and up. So these are the different reasons you will use, and all of them, all of the same charts cannot do the same thing, right? Okay, that is the whole idea. The other question is the best companies to start your career with. So Infosys, TCS, all the tier one companies, they do hire analysts, with good Power BI knowledge. And now, because you've seen how Power BI works, Tableau is something which you can also explore. At Skillslash, we have got this workshops done every time for the Power BI, Tableau, and Python, which gives you a good flavor of these tools. And on top of that, you can build up your own knowledge, build up your more knowledge on that. Okay. But the mandatory skills that you are needing is you need to have at least one Python or any language you should know very well. Right. On top of that, you should be comfortable in and out of the chart, right? So different things that I wanted to show you here was, there are different things like small things are there. If you want to just refresh, you made some modifications, you want to refresh to see whether it has actually got updated. Anytime your Excel got updated, whether the same graph is getting updated or not. There are options of publishing, but obviously I told you, when you click on publish, it will ask you to give a sign in. You cannot publish without that, right? Now you can do different things like connection with Power BI, the SQL server. These are other things you can do. You can create models, You can create a view. You can check the very extensive help documentary on this. Guided tours are there. So this is something which you guys need to explore more and more on your own, so that you get a better understanding of these techniques, right? So what I'm trying to say here is, to get a better understanding of these things, you should explore more and more based on what we have covered. Okay. So with practice, Kiran, with practice, with your experience, you will be able to do. Shweta, you have taken that workshop. Just write the email to the team. I am not. I apologize. I won't be able to help you because the admin team will take care of providing the content. Kindly check with them once. In terms of the salary package, see, I'm not sure on the good figure, but exact figure, but yes, it's a very handsome, good salary which it is paid for data analysts, particularly. All of you know, right? It's such a thing in demand. Okay. All right. Last few questions. Any other questions that you have? So we will be doing, this was a basic workshop. We tend to do a lot of other workshops, which are enhanced versions of the advanced versions of what we have done now. Okay, some of you are asking around the data sets. So with the data set, as I told you, there are different options through which you can get the stuff sorted, right? So data sets helps you to, it could be SQL, it could be Excel sheet, CSV, any options. Any other questions, anybody? Yes, we have got placements, we've got projects, live projects, which we support at the Skillslash. It is, if you want to start a good career with data analyst, or data science, you can definitely do that. Definitely do that, right? JSON file, see, all those things are different data sets. Let's not go into technicalities of what different data sets are, but they are some places from which you can get meaningful information. Okay. All right, so I would like to now conclude the workshop. And once again, a big thanks to all of you. I hope you learned something new. And we are planning some DAX query workshops very soon. Depends upon the audience, how many of us are interested. So advanced level of those we are going to cover very soon. And I am looking forward to see you all and wish you all the very good luck in life. And I hope you have a fantastic life, and it was so good to see you all. Eventually could not hear you, but yes, through your chats, I hope I was able to answer most of your questions. So thank you once again, everybody, and wish you a fantastic career, and hope you do well. Okay. All right. Thank you everybody for your kind words. See you all very soon. Thank you. Bye bye, everybody. Thank you for your kind words. So much so I wanted to cover as much as I can. Time is a limit. So eventually we're going to meet very soon again. Right? Thank you, everybody. Have a very fantastic evening. Bye bye.